yesterday we had a guest, Neil Levin from Now Foods, who's a trivia expert to the extent that he goes on these shows. You know, he tries to get on these big time. He's very good. And so what was the trivia?
What was the first diet soda?
Well, because I was talking about Tab. Apparently, the drink Tab is in scarcity, and people are wigged out about it, and they're on social media. Where can I find some Tab? And that was Coca-Cola's first diet drink. And then I asked the question, well, what was the first diet drink? Guess what? Gary knew. And it what? The answer is?
Diet Right by R.C. Cola.
R.C. Cola, yeah.
Yeah. And do you remember who the spokesperson was?
No,
Lee Majors.
Lee Majors. Oh, wow.
The $1 Million Man. Yeah.
And Gary knew that. Neil Levin didn't even know that. I said, my man, he's got it.
R.C. was the king for many years in the South. For
yeah, R.C. and a moon pie. And
what's a moon pie?
A moon pie is like a little snack cake, and then you would eat that, and then you'd put peanuts in your R.C. Cola. Did you ever put peanuts?
No, I never put the peanuts in.
But have you ever seen somebody
I've seen it done, yes.
Vindicated.
Yeah,
they're called goobers.
Yeah, peanuts are called goobers where I'm from in Kentucky.
There may be a relationship, though, with this weight epidemic you were talking about in the moon pie.
Yeah, moon pie. You start to look like the moon. Richard Passwater is that voice that you hear, and he's in studio today, traveling, as always, around the world. Left Maryland, went to Baltimore to, where'd you go?
Madrid,
Spain to Dent, Belgium. Right?
Yeah, and
then to Manchester, England, then to Orlando, now to Tampa, and he's been talking. His voice is shot. And I was discussing with him lessons learned and traveling around the world. What has he noticed and thought to himself, maybe on a plane in a private moment, that's something we should do in our country, or that's something we shouldn't do? And he was pointing out some of the differences in the way people live there, what they eat, when they eat, their approach to life generally, not as frenetic. I'm sure that there's some places in Europe or Asia, wherever, where it's just off the chain too and crazy. But when I traveled to Europe, I see these differences, and you can tell it's different. The pace and the pulse is different. Now, in Rome, that's crazy. Try to drive in Rome. I won't drive in Rome. I'll take a cab. I won't. No, there's no way I'm getting in a car in Rome. Unless you give me a flak jacket and a helmet. I mean, they're nuts. Too much cappuccino or something. I don't know what's going on there. But what I wanted to share with you before we get back to Richard, which got me to thinking, and it's been on my mind for a couple of days to share with you. And today is the 19th. This is the very day 2 years ago where I was diagnosed with 2 hits of different cancer on this day. And it's been a long journey, I can tell you. And the journey continues. I am not 100%. That is the truth. I have to, things are different. You do things differently. You see the world differently. You're trying to piece yourself back together again. I'm still in that process. It's quite a formidable challenge. I know many of you are familiar with that challenge. I know that, whether it be cancer or some other health issue, and you know what it's like. But one of the things that really has resonated and come to the surface for me through all of this, among a number of things. One, to live mindfully, to live in the moment, and to live with mindfulness, and not to keep thinking about tomorrow, the next day, and way out, but to be here in the moment, and to embrace the moment, and to take things one day at a time. And that's what I've been doing. And that seems to help. Another thing that has surfaced in this journey is living with purpose. And And having a purpose in life, there is research, in fact, to support this whole notion of living with purpose. I know that back in 2017, I think I even reported on the study, a study that was published in the Journal of the American Association of Psychiatry, that journal, and that living with purpose made a difference. Having a purpose in life may help people, they were reporting, maintain their function, their independence as they keep moving through life. What they found in that study was that people who had goals, who lived with a purpose and a sense of meaning, which is important, part of it, those people were less likely to have, just physically, they were more physically able. They had better health measurements. Their physical ability was better, which is interesting. Their physical ability and risk factors for disability were reduced. Think about that for a second. I wasn't talking about climbing stairs, going for a walk, swimming, biking. I was talking about living with purpose. And in living with purpose, it conferred a physical health benefit. That's surprising. Purposeful living has been linked to other aspects of well-being, such as living a longer life, lower risk of disease, people being able to sleep better, having people with health, they tend to have healthier behaviors when they live purposefully. So, there are other studies out there as well that take a look at purpose, getting up every day and having a purpose. The other day I was working and I took a break and I stepped outside of my house. I was just go for a little walk and I bumped into this man. He was at the mailboxes and we started up a conversation. And I asked him, "Did you just move here? It's a new development. They're still building houses, blah, blah, blah." And he said, "Well, when I moved here, I retired." And and it caught me off guard. And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm thinking, he retired? Doesn't look old enough to retire. And I said, out of curiosity, I said, "Oh, so what did you do for a living?" And it turns out he worked for the United States government in some capacity in one of the embassies or whatever he was doing. He was sort of ambiguous about it. And I asked him, I said, "May I ask how old you are?" He said, 55. I said, "You're retired already?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "I'm almost 20 years older than you, and I'm still working." And he looked at me like I was weird. And I said, "Well, how do you feel about it?" He said, "Well, I like not working. At least over this past year anyway," he said. Come back, I'll tell you more about that. We'll talk to Richard. He has much to say about BioSil, living with a purpose.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Figures Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. With a purpose. Richard Passwater is my guest today, and I don't want to take us off track, but I just feel that this is such an important point. I know it tends to be a little abstract, but if you can just take a moment and just listen for just a moment. There was this man, his name is Victor Stretcher, and it turns out he's a behavioral scientist at the University of Michigan's School of Public Health, as fate would have it. Well, what am I alluding to? Well, turns out that he lost his 19-year-old daughter to a sudden heart attack in 2010. Of course, that was devastating. And she had been living with this rare heart condition for many years. So he eventually, her death and her passing, I guess her suffering, inspired him to write a book called Life on Purpose. Clever title. The book is meditative, they say, at times inspirational, but it's an exploration of the nature of purpose. And in the book, he apparently he's a behavioral scientist, so he's a scientist, and He takes a look at how philosophers have debated the relationship between purpose and happiness. He looks at a number of different dimensions of the concept. But the book is also a review of the science of purpose. And he talks about studies in the book that make a connection between living with purpose and a better life in different ways. And I find it remarkable. And I have not read the book. I was reading a review of the book, but I wanted to share it with you. And some of the studies that he reports on and the anecdotal evidence that he talks about are quite remarkable. And living with a purpose, he talks about what that means, apparently, but how to put it into action and how to get up every day with a purpose in life, like this show. This show gives me a purpose. No doubt about it. Now, there are a couple of other things that I'm doing right now in my life that give me a purpose to get up every day and to live a life and to try to live it as fully and as mindfully and appreciatively as I can and gratefully as I can. I think it makes a difference. I'm just saying. Richard, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me. You always make it a very fun experience for me.
Well, good.
I do miss the drums that you used to play.
Yeah,
during
well, I didn't bring my pad and my sticks. I haven't been able to get to it, and I miss it myself because I'm so caught up in what I'm doing these days. But nice to have you here. Any breaking news from Biominerals?
I was touched 2 weeks ago. BioSil was mentioned in the Wall Street Journal. First time we were ever there.
For what? On what occasion?
On
what occasion that?
An entrepreneur out of Austin, Texas, Tyler Hanley, I think her name is, owns a clothing company there, something like Outdoor Active, and her image is a large part of the brand. And they asked her what she did to look so.
What's her name? What's her name?
I believe it's Tyler Hanley.
And she has a clothing company?
Clothing company out of Austin, Texas.
Uh-huh.
And she mentioned that she took BioSil for her hair, and everybody in her family was taking it. Made me feel good. We had never been talked about in the Wall Street Journal before. But the most recent of the studies was actually, we were talking earlier about Bologna, and it was the most recent study completed was done in the University of Bologna dermatology department of the School of Medicine there. And it was recently presented at a dermatology conference in Bologna, and it was on postmenopausal women that had fingernail problems. 20% of the population in general have brittle nails, and 40% of postmenopausal women have brittle nails. The people in this study, 100% of them had rough nails, 70% had longitudinal ridges on them. These are ridges that go the same direction as the finger. Mm-hmm. That's usually a sign the nail matrix. The nail formation site's getting smaller. And as the nail formation site gets smaller, the nail gets thinner and ridges form. And then 30 people in the study had split nails. And they took 2 BioSil capsules for 6 months. And 100% of the patients had improvement on the roughness. 83% had improvement or ridges completely improved.
Okay, so that's a cosmetic consequence of taking the product. Does having the better nails, the better hair, the better skin, an indication of something else that's going on inside the body that moves beyond better hair, healthier hair, skin, and nails?
Yeah, absolutely.
So what is that? That's what's intriguing. I mean, that's what we see on the surface. So there must be something going on a cellular level with the tissues that cause those things to get better, hair, skin, and nails. But I think that it's going to affect other connective tissue, Ness.
Yeah, absolutely. The nails are a great canary pigeon to show what's going on with the connective tissue in the body. There's a clear relationship and association between the different collagen-based tissues throughout the body, the skin, the bones, the ligaments, tendons, cartilage. The body has over 60,000 miles of blood vessels in those. And what you see happening in one generally is happening throughout the collagen-based tissues in the body. And just a couple of weeks ago, there was a study where they associated forehead wrinkling with cardiovascular disease. suggest
Save that when we come back. As a matter of fact, the person that you're referring to that appeared in the Wall Street Journal is Tyler Haney. She's an entrepreneur.
Yes, owns an outdoor clothing company.
Yes, in fact, I found the story on her in the Wall Street Journal. So the product made it into the Wall Street Journal.
I was very proud about that.
Sure. Okay. All right.
We had just been in Vogue, and we'd been there
come
a
back.
bunch.
Save that. Save it. Come back. And don't take everything out of the picnic basket at once. Hey, we'll be right back.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, nationally syndicated, globally streamed, and we like that. The more people we can connect with, the better I feel about it all. And we get up with a purpose every day to do this show and to educate the audience, whoever it may be, and wherever that person may be, to take such that the person becomes empowered. And the person can then make some choices, better choices, informed choices, evidence-based choices, so that they can take charge of their health. And what that means to me, taking charge of your health, is that you are putting these little, if you want to call them programs or protocols together, and doing something about your health, your wellness, and your well-being each day, so you can live a long life with quality of life. That's really fundamentally the goal here, if you're new to the show. Richard Passwater is my guest. We try to find guests such as Richard to come on to this show to share with you their insight, their education, background, training, experience, clinical or otherwise, to help us achieve that goal. Richard, welcome back to the show. BioSil, you know, it does better skin, hair, skin, and nails. But what's going on the inside, that better hair, skin, and nails is a reflection of something greater that's going on a cellular level, on a tissue level as well inside the body with respect to connective tissue, correct?
That's correct. I think it started back in the 1940s. There was a famous American endocrinologist named Dr. Fuller Albright, and he was a leading osteoporosis researcher at the time, and he said he got to the point he could look at a woman's hand and determine whether she had osteoporosis, because women with osteoporosis generally had thin, transparent skin on their hands, or mature women he was treating for other issues but had good bones, had thicker skin. So he said there was a association between what he saw with the skin on the hands and in the bones. People thought he was crazy at the time, but now he's generally regarded as one of the top 5 most influential U.S. physicians.
What was his name?
Dr. Fuller Albright.
Fuller Albright.
Right. I believe they have a school named after him. Then in the 1960s, it became very common for orthomolecular doctors to look at the earlobe to see if there were creases in the earlobe, which is pretty much all collagen. About 75% collagen. And if people had deteriorated collagen structures in the earlobe, the theory was that they probably had poor collagen structures throughout the body.
That's turned out to be a pretty good predictor.
Yeah, there's some studies some way, some studies the other way, but more often than not, more of the studies show there's an association. And then I mentioned there was a very recent one where they looked at the quality of the collagen on the forehead and deemed it and used it as a screening tool for cardiovascular health. And then back in 2011, Professor Powell at the University of Yale Medical School did a study where she looked at the depth of wrinkles and the skin elasticity on women's face and compared it to their bone health. And she found the deeper wrinkles on the face were associated with having poor quality bones. Better skin elasticity was associated with having better bones. She actually developed a test for primary care physicians to look at the Gabler region, kind of between the eyebrows, the quality of the collagen there best associated with the hip health.
Sure. Okay. Share that photograph again, Gary, please. There is a photograph of Dr.
Fuller Albright.
There he is. Look at him.
He was a remarkable guy. He died way too young,
He looked smart, didn't he? check him out. He look at him.
He's probably best known for coming up with the concept of using hormones for birth control. Is probably where he became most famous. But he was a quite famous endocrinologist of his time and was heavily involved in osteoporosis research. He wanted to be an orthopedic surgeon, but he didn't. He was a smaller guy and didn't have the physical strength that was needed
to do it
for physicians at that time to do the orthopedic medicine.
Dr. Fuller Albright. And so the manifestation of better hair, skin, and nails is an indication of perhaps even better bone health, better connective tissue generally. It turns out, here's a little physiology lesson. With respect to tissues, you have 4 types of tissues that constitute your body: epithelium, connective and supporting tissues, muscle tissue, and nerve tissue. That's it. Under connective tissue and supporting tissue, you have cartilage, bone, hematopoietic, lymphatic, adipose, reticular, elastic, and fibrous tissue. Those are all underneath connective tissue. That's quite a list, right? You listen to that? Cartilage, bone, lymphatic, elastic, fibrous, reticular, adipose. That is an indication of how important, given the dimensions that connective tissue occupies in our body, how important it is. And most people are getting up every day not thinking about that, Richard. They just get up in the morning, put their feet on the floor, and think, I'm worried about my connective tissue. Sure. No, you're not. You're not even thinking about it. Most aren't. So this product really takes it's almost like one single product that will do so much with so little effort.
It stimulates the collagen and elastin all throughout the body. And it also protects those structures from 2 of the leading causes of damage, homocysteine and to some degree cortisol, the stress hormone. But because the collagen and very flexible tissues, the elastin along with it, form the framework of all those connective tissues that you just mentioned, it really has a wide, multifaceted function in the body.
So it turns out that some of the major characteristics of connective tissue are, first of all, there's specialized cells that they constitute it. Then there's what's called the solid extracellular protein fibers, collagen being one of them. And then there's what's called a fluid extracellular ground substance, that the extracellular components of connective tissue, fibers and ground substance, make up what's called the matrix. That's the space between the cells. There's the ground substance made up of fluid and different
hyaluronic acid, glycosaminoglycans, things of that nature. I didn't mean to.
No, please help me. The extracellular matrix helps bind everything, holds those cells together. So this is a very complex system, and so we want to do everything we can. If you think about it, how much connective tissue is in the body?
The collagen makes up a third of the protein in the body, but I'm going to say that the connective tissue itself probably makes up 40% of the body.
Well, Don't you want to take care of 40% of what constitutes you? Biologically and anatomically? Of course you do. So do I. BioSteel is one way to do that. Easy. Just 2 or 4 tablets a day. It's easy.
Want to get at the core?
Almost 52% of men experience erectile dysfunction and benign prostatic hyperplasia. If you've had challenges with virility, sexual health, or low energy, Body Vigor's Alpha Extension may be the answer for you. Body Vigor's Alpha Extension can help revitalize your alpha male and extend your love. Our formula is one of the highest quality nutraceuticals available, formulated to support the processes involved in promoting a healthy male sex drive, energy, and stamina. Alpha Extension has 2 powerful herbal blends, Virilomax, which focuses on male sexual health, and T-Pump Activator, which helps balance your testosterone levels. Revitalize your alpha male with Body Vigor's Alpha Extension, exclusively available on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. Here's the LTN health question of the day. Listening to Richard Passwater, what percent of the body is made up of collagen? Protein, right, Richard? Is that it? You need
Protein.
What's that?
I mentioned earlier what the percentage of total protein that collagen comprised.
Okay, what percent of protein does collagen constitute in your body? What is the collagen protein percentage in your body? 3%, 13%, or 33%? What percent of the protein in your body is collagen? 3%, 13%, or 33%? If you have the right answer, you win a $25 supplement gift card.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK.
You know, when you look at connective and supportive tissues, those are usually discussed together. And you look at how extensive the type of, you have, for example, type of connective tissue fibers. There's collagen fibers, there are elastic fibers, and then there are reticular fibers. Of course, BioSil certainly has a direct effect on collagen fibers, right?
Collagen and elastin fibers, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And some of the research shows that how is elastin better improved with what does the research tell us, and how was it manifested in the subjects?
Well, a little bit of a background. Collagen's a very strong protein, but it doesn't stretch. And elastin's not very strong, but it has a tremendous recoil to it. So I like to compare how the two function in the body very much like these new skinny jeans or garments, pants, that were like 97% cotton and 3% elastin, or 3% spandex. The cotton provides the thickness and the strength, and the elastin kind of pulls it tight and allows them to
be elastic, right?
The elastic, and collagen and elastin function in the body the same way in tissues that need a lot of flexibility, like the skin and blood vessels, the lung, and the gastrointestinal tract. So often when testing for them in the body, you look for hydroxyproline. They're really the only two proteins in the body.
Does BioSil inspire production of elastin?
Yes, it does. We've proved that in skin studies.
And so the skin is what, more elastic?
Elastin, tight. I was
tighter.
Tighter. We did a study. It was a 20-week study where they measured elasticity over on the side of the forehead by sending shock waves through the skin. And one group took placebo, one group took BioSil, and the group taking BioSil's measurements improved. The other group taking the placebo's measurements got worse, and it was actually an 89% difference over 20 weeks.
Wow. So you want the collagen makes the skin what? More firm?
Firm, reflects more light, keeps it plump so wrinkles don't show.
The elastin keeps it nice and tight.
Nice and tight. Dr. Julie Reel told me one time, you want tight skin, not tight jeans. So I've always kept that in mind.
Well, some people would say, yes, I want both. Let's go to Clearwater, Florida. Roy, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Oh, thank you. Great show.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. But I got one question for you, Anthony. About that crease in the ear. I have a crease in my ear. How do I get away from it? And
a good question.
Collagen or what?
All right, that's a good question. Go ahead.
I believe the best collagen generating cocktail out there is BioSil, and together with vitamin C. The enzymes that make collagen need minerals and vitamin cofactors, and 7 of the 10 enzymes known to be involved in collagen production need vitamin C as a cofactor.
So what he's suggesting to you, Roy, is that when you take your BioSil, to take vitamin C with it, I would recommend, and what I've done many times on the air, is there's a product called Emergen-C. It's a powder, and you mix it with water, and you could mix it, take a packet of it. It's 1 gram. You want to use 2 packets, comes in different flavors. Mix it, and then use that to swallow the BioSil capsules. But
all right,
that product, BioSil, is choline stabilized orthosilicic acid. It's not collagen per se. It helps make collagen. Richard explained this on other shows. But taking it with vitamin C is a wonderful idea. The earlobe crease is an indication of what precisely?
It's a general sign that the collagen in that tissue is broken down. It could be due to ultraviolet light. Would have less of association with what's happening inside the body.
Is it a predictor of any condition like arteriosclerosis or anything like that?
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood the question. The crease in the ear is usually associated with a decrease in vascular elasticity, which is a early sign in the decrease of the cardiovascular health of the.
Right. So you're trying to keep. It's a sign that these diagonal creases in the earlobe could be. It's not 100%, and there's a back and forth on it. It's not real clear. It's not definitive, but there are those who contend that it's an indication that the arteries aren't as healthy as they could be. Right?
I think it's a great screening tool if somebody has a crease.
Yes.
To get checked out.
So, do the BioSil with some Emergen-C, a couple of packets, a couple of grams. You'll be good to go. What's the answer to the question? How much collagen's a protein? How much of the protein of the body is constituted of collagen? 3%, 13%, or 33%?
33.
Yeah, very good, Roy. Thanks for listening. Thanks for calling. We appreciate you listening and calling, and we appreciate your question about that. Was an excellent question. Thanks a lot. Make sure you call us back again, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you, Richard, for coming in. I'll see you on Sunday at that vendor conference. And right,
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for the opportunity to participate.
Thank you for getting here. You and I just made it here today. The traffic was so bad, but it all worked out. We're in a better place. We feel good, right? Our mind, we're living with a purpose. That's the message for today. Try to find a purpose in your life. Get up every day with a purpose, whether it's your grandchildren, your children, whatever, helping others. Something that makes you feel good, something that gives you a purpose to live. It's not just getting up and hanging on. We can do better than that, and being mindful. Thank you for listening to the show today and watching it. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those who care about and love you, and I love you.